Hello, it's Carolyn from the Purple Poncho. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the Tunisian simple scarf, beginning by chaining 3 and increasing every other row, and then doing a center section or a middle section with no increasing, and then decreasing to end off your scarf. So this is made by using the Tunisian simple stitch. Here's how the back is looking, and the front. So to begin, I'm using a Tunisian crochet hook. It has a little stopper on the end, and it's a size M or 9mm hook. And the yarn I'll be using today, just for demonstration purposes, is by Red Heart, and it's called Hopscotch. This is the color Scooter, and it's a number 4 weight. Place a slip knot on your hook, and chain 3. The loop on your hook is already counting towards that last chain that we just made. Going through the back bump of the chains, insert your hook in the back bump, yarn over, and pull up a loop. In the next stitch, in the back bump, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So we have 3 loops on our hook, which represent the 3 chains that we originally made. This is the forward pass, picking up the loops. And now for the reverse, or return pass, yarn over, pull through 1 loop on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. And that is row 1. For row 2, we're going to begin with an increase, and we're going to be beginning the increase through this space right here between the first stitch and the second stitch. So insert your hook in the space between those 2 stitches, yarn over, and pull up a loop. That's our first increase. Complete the row by inserting your hook under the next vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop. And for the last stitch, go through both loops on the edge, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So now we have 4 loops on our hook. Return pass as normal, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to make another row without any increasing. So we're going into the next vertical bar, go under that vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop, go in the next vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop. And on the end, make sure you go through both loops on the edge. This is going to make a nice edge for us. Yarn over and pull up a loop. 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through the first loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. See how it's getting a little wider? We're going to increase again in that space, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. We've just increased. Go in underneath the next vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop. Go under the next vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop. And in the last stitch, make sure you go through both loops on the edge, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we have 5 loops. So the second loop is always going to be our increase loop, okay, every other row. Now for the return pass, okay, that was our increase row. Now we're going to do a row of just simple Tunisian stitch all the way across, ending with going through both loops on the edge. Still have 5 loops. And we're going to be repeating this until we have 25 loops on our hook. And once we get to that many loops, then we will be beginning this middle section. Okay. And the center section or middle section, that is where you will be able to increase the amount of rows that you're doing or decrease the amount of rows that you're doing, depending on the length that you want your scarf to be. So that's the section that you can adjust the length. And once you get to that row for 25 loops, I suggest putting a stitch marker so that you can easily count what row you're on and how many rows you've done in the center section. So right now I'm just doing Tunisian simple stitch as if I'm in the center section already. So there's no increasing or decreasing along that middle portion of the scarf. So that's where you can just watch TV or do something that you don't really need to count, other than just knowing that you're not increasing or decreasing and that you're always going to have 25 on your hook when you do the return pass. Okay. So here's how it's looking. So you can see that this is where I stopped increasing because it kind of levels off like that. And then here's the back. And by going through the 2 loops on the edge, it makes a nice chain or V-stitch. And then you have one on this side as well. So I didn't do any edging on this scarf, I just left it. Alright, so to decrease, you're going to begin your decrease rows by going under 2 vertical bars at the same time and yarn over and pull up a loop. Now you've made a little V right there. So the decrease rows are a little bit easier to see when you're looking for your decrease rows. So you've made 2 stitches into 1 now. That's your first decrease. And then pick up the rest of your loops as usual after your decrease row or decrease stitch. And then end your row as usual. So now I have 4 stitches. My return pass. And then we're going to do a regular row with no decreasing. So just picking up each stitch across, ending my row, return, now decreasing, going under 2 stitches, 2 vertical bars, yarn over, pull up a loop, just decreased, and then my last stitch, Going through both loops. Now I have 3. Return pass. My forward pass, picking up as usual. Return. And to bind off, insert your hook as usual under that next vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop, and slip stitch. Just pull through that loop on your hook. And then your last stitch, same thing, and slip stitch. And then end off your yarn. And then you would make your tassels and attach them one to each end. And that's all there is to it. So you're increasing on the second stitch, and then there's no increasing, and then you're decreasing on the second stitch. And then once you're done stitching, that's it. I didn't do an edge. You can put maybe a row of single crochet all around if you like, but that's up to you. I thought it looked pretty with the edge that it makes, and I think it's a good way to practice your Tunisian simple stitch, and also a little bit of increasing and decreasing. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on how to make the Tunisian simple scarf. Please visit my website at thepurpleponcho.com for more patterns and tutorials. Thank you for crocheting with me today, and have a great day.